Oh, Jesus. Oh! Oh! What the fuck?
What have you been watching and or playing?
Yeah, I've been playing Risk of Rain 2. A lot of people started playing it recently on Twitch, and I was like, "What is this game about? Like, why are people playing it right now?" And
What's it
like,
called?
Risk of Rain 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a I don't even know how to describe it. People call it like it's roguelike. It's like a roguelike third person adventure action shooter RPG. I don't know. It's weird. It's hard. Basically, like so so you start off, you're like level 1 and the goal is to like find a teleporter, right? And but there's basically enemies just like you're like on this like little plot of land, not little plot of land, but you're on like this semi open world, like it's open, but it's like a level, like a stage small. I don't know, I can't really describe it. Basically you can like walk around, do whatever, but there's infinitely spawning enemies, right?
Oh, I like that.
So like it starts off like, oh okay, it's one enemy, two enemy, but the difficulty increases as time progresses.
Oh
So
no.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the goal is to beat things quickly.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you don't want to. Well, I guess kind of in a way. It, it's kind of hard to explain it. So like, there's like little like chests and shit, right? With like shit inside, and so you can gain like some equipment or whatever, or like an item to like help boost you. Like what you do. So like there's this one item that gives you like a chance to like every time you hit an enemy, it'll put a bomb on them, and like the bomb will explode and do more damage to people around it.
Yeah.
And it's like shit like that. Uh, there's another one where it's like another item, and there's tons of items in the game. There's tons of different items just to increase your character. You can only get them out of these like chests. Or I think sometimes it's like a rare random drop from enemies, from like special enemies. But it's a really hard game because like obviously you want to like get all the chests that you can, but the goal is to find a teleporter, and sometimes it's really hard to find a teleporter. Once you activate the teleporter, it spawns this gigantic fucking boss or bosses, and then like straight up
It just goes into Dark Souls mode.
yeah, basically it goes to like this like really hard like Dark Souls ish mode where like it's tons of enemies on the screen, tons of like gigantic boss, and then like obviously the longer that you've been on that level, the harder it's gonna be, right? So like the more health they
Right.
have, or not the more health they have, but like the harder enemies start spawning and shit. Um, yeah, it's wild, and then it's also multiplayer too, so you can play with other people. But then you have to like kind of share the resources of items, so you can make
Oh
like
no.
yeah, so you can kind of make a build off of a character, with the items you find.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm watching like gameplay of it right now, and someone just picked up something called like a ceremonial dagger. Like when you hit an enemy,
Yeah,
it'll break off into other
yeah,
like.
yeah. It's a really cool item too, and then you can stack items too. So if you find duplicates, it like kind of increases the chances, or I don't know. It does all different types of shit, and so basically you can basically run the game and be like unkillable at a certain point, with depending on your
Yeah.
build. Yeah.
So
So
how would you describe like is it like a single player like
it's a
campaign,
multiplayer
like
too.
not excuse me,
There's
not
a
single player, but is there a campaign, or is it like you just drop in
there's
from
like a
like different
I guess there's
worlds?
like a story to it, but like I don't pay attention to the story. You can beat the game. There's people playing it like damn near endlessly, but I mean it gets damn near impossible at a certain point, depending on your build too. So like the first time I was playing, what ended up happening? I was playing and like I was the difficulty increase, and I was getting to the point where like I was playing for like 90 minutes. No, not 90 minutes. I was playing for like an hour, and I'm like, yo, this shit is like impossible. Like I cannot find the teleporter. Like the teleporter is not here. So like I just kept fighting enemies, and then like I died, and it's like permadeath. Like once you did, like it's, yeah,
You
it's
did.
all over. Yeah, it's over.
Now, do
So
you keep skills and stuff like that for your character? Like how you mentioned you can make a build, or is
so
it?
yeah, it gets a little bit more complicated. So once you start encountering more enemies and you get further and further in the game, you start unlocking more items that you'll be able to find in the game. So once you start off, there's like basic shit that you get, but it's not too broken. Then once you start playing the game more and more, you start unlocking all different types of items and abilities and shit. So it gets really complicated. And then there's different classes in the game too that you can start off as. So like everyone has like basic abilities, but like there's like stuff like the engineer. I don't know. I didn't get really that far in the game. I just like picked it up for like a little bit, but I think it's really cool. Apparently it got really popular because of the last patch. And it's like I don't know, really huge apparently. So it got really like tons of people streaming it.
Is this free to play?
No, it's I think it's like $15, but it's
Oh, that's
if
not
you,
bad.
yeah, it's not bad for like a full complete game, and it's you can put a lot of time into it. It's really cool with friends too, so it's like it's decent. And
Yeah.
it's not only fun with people, it's fun like by yourself too, because there's some things that you can only like do and unlock really that's a lot easier by yourself. So it's yeah, it's really crazy. If you got $15 and you're trying to figure out an RPG type of game to play with homies, I figure might as well pick it up, play it.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Uh,
I'm like looking at gameplay of it right now. It looks interesting enough. I like this.
it's
I like
rough.
that. It looks cell shaded a little bit.
Yeah, it has a really unique art style. It's really unique. I kind of like it.
Yeah, you got that.
It's
This
like
game's
simplistic.
$15.
Yeah, it's like well, it used to be more, but I think it was
Oh,
20. But yeah, like it's really simplistic. But once the combat and shit starts getting like hectic, then you really start to see like how gorgeous the art style really is. Especially when you start going into like the void and shit. Like the difficulty goes from like easy, hard, very hard, super hard, like shit like that. Then it goes to like nightmare, and like the last one's like ha 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 ha, because the game's like actively trying to kill you. Yes.
so are there different weapons? Like, because from what I'm watching right now, this
There's
dude's running
different
around with,
classes. There's different
like dual
classes.
pistols.
Yeah. I think that's the basic guy that everybody starts off with, the commando.
True.
So yeah. Yeah, he's really basic, but like once you get those items, you can make a crazy ass build. He's straight DPS. So from what I hear. But there's like all different types of classes too, so
True. I have to check this out to see what the melee classes look like. I'll keep an eye out for this. That's
yeah.
cool though.
We've all had it happen to us before. We all had it happen. You're watching a typical Saturday morning anime, and then some character goes missing, or the main character gets like a power up like really fast, like he's suddenly like broken as hell, or like a fight scene that you thought was gonna be like really huge ended up being like 2 seconds.
Minor.
Yeah, so like you're sitting there on your couch like thinking like, man, something ain't right here. Like why did the author do that? Like what the hell? And then you go the usual, proceed to the interwebs to find out the answer as to why this happens, right? And it's right there.
Right.
It's right there in black and white. Everybody's saying it, and you're just like, what the fuck? Read the manga. Like, that's literally like that's what people keep saying. It's just read the manga, and it happens to everybody, right?